Right folks, thanks for joining us in another video. It's been quite some time since we put one up. It's because we've been so busy with our day jobs. It's been almost over a year now since we've actually had time to publish, post, edit and publish some videos. We've got quite a few ready to go, we just don't have time to get them done. But hopefully now we're back up and running, we'll get them all up in due time. Now today, Ben's here helping. Say hello, Ben.
Hi.
Okay, so Ben's helping volunteer today. We've got some of these old credit card machines. Great big chunky things the cards used to run through there for payments. Yeah, I used to take these old style adapters and stuff. So we've got two of those, one each, and we've got these receipt tills as well. So we're going to strip these down, see what we'll get out of them today, see exactly what's in them. Here's one of the connectors of it. Old telephone wire there to the old serial port. So again, we'll keep those as well. Just, there you go, one cable. And then we'll open that up. Obviously gold pins. Okay, we know that from, we already know what's in there. We'll get the gold pins out of there and we'll see what's on both of these. We've never done these before, so this old stuff's usually got some quite good stuff in it. But again, we'll see when we open it up. So what we'll do is, we'll transfer to the desk mount and we'll let you see how we get on with them. Right folks, as you can see, there's not much underneath it, a few Phillips head screws. So I'll grab a driver and we'll start trying to get these out. And we'll see what's inside these devices. As always, we'll get a little screw bin. I don't have one just now, so I'll put them in the middle just now till we get a screw bin. Now, as I said, it's been quite some time since we put any videos up, but we haven't been sitting idle. Yes, we've been busy with our day jobs, training has been out the door. However, we've still had quite a lot of stuff come in for scrapping down and refurbs. So as soon as we get a chance, we'll get everything edited and everything put up for you guys to see. We've always got old stuff coming in. I'm picking up servers at some point next week. And old computers as well. I'm sure you've seen them getting scrapped down many times, but we'll do it. We'll still get it done. There'll be nothing really interesting coming in, just normal standard stuff. So, I'll quickly take these screws out for the power as well. So while I'm working on this on camera, Ben's also working on his one. We've taken one each. So he's still next to me, aren't you, Ben?
Yep.
Yep, still working away on it. And we're going to have a wee race, see who can get that scrap down quicker, aren't we, Ben?
Absolutely.
That's the first Ben hears about the race, but we'll get it done. So I'm just going to, this looks like aluminium. Prise that off. And it's just plastic cover. So, get some of these cables out of the way. I'll be able to pull it over to show you. Old connectors, as you can see. Okay, very old style connectors. Spade connector there, telephone connector there, and plastic cover. It just looks like, that reminds me of one of the boards you get in washing machines. So I don't think we'll get much out of that, but we'll take it apart, take off the aluminium, and we'll have a look. So that's the spade connector for the earth wire. It's quite dirty inside, I don't think these have ever been opened. Or cleaned or serviced. Yep. Now see, Ben might actually win because he's got a slight advantage. I'm showing you stuff for camera and Ben's just cracking on, strapping it all down. Rubbish, can't recycle that. Wires, the wire bin, there you go. Actually, it's not quite as bad as one of the ones for the washing machine. Lots of chips there. So I'll put that in with the boards that's going to get sent up for sale for people who do recover all the precious metals. We do our own recovery for silver, gold and copper and brass, but when it comes to depopulating these boards and stuff, we send that to those who do it more than we do. Okay, people who do the acid melts and everything else, you know, like E-Waste Ben and all them lot. Not saying they buy our stuff, certainly don't, but you know what I mean, they do all that sort of recovery. Ben does all the depopulation of boards and sells the boards. We sell these on in piles on our eBay page to people who do recover all the gold and precious metals out of that. So that will go into the pile of that, and that just leaves us with this bit of aluminium. Bit of card. Nice bit of alley. We'll get the steel drilled out of it. All these little steel bolts and washers, we'll get that drilled out so it's clean enough. Now I've taken the two screws at the front out, so hopefully it should just lift open. Take it apart. IDE cable there. Now look at that. Beautiful, beautiful board there. Can't get that cable out yet. Let's flip it. Look at all those chips. Filthy. Should have them gloves on. Absolutely filthy. But look at those nice yellow ones. Yeah, that is a good board. So that'll go. I'm going to put that in with the high grade boards. Yeah, the last time we sold some boards like this, well, there's chips on, this sold almost instantly on our eBay page. I think it was a 14 kilo box we sold. No, it wasn't high grade boards, I'm mistaken. It was like a 6 kilo box and we got £60 for it. And it was just boards like this, full of IC chips. So we'll take these screws out. And that I'll get a good hoover, all that crap and scum off it, get it cleaned up, get it photographed for those who love these boards, and we'll get it in a pile of high grade boards. And once we get like maybe 5-6 kilos or above, we'll put it up as a bundle deal on our eBay page. Okay, so that's that board. No, it isn't. As always, I always forget one screw. So hopefully that's that board now. And Ben's got the same board, haven't you, Ben? It's the same device, so you've got the same board.
I did have just slightly older.
Yeah, I just have to disconnect these cables from underneath so we can get it free. So those cables, all low grade cables, we'll snip the ends off. Any gold will recover gold, and cables are going to low grade bin. Nothing on the back of it apart from solder, but plenty of chips on that side of it, so happy days with that one. A mess in here. Got a power board, so that goes in low grade. Okay, got all these low grade cables, we'll disconnect those, get them out of the way. Okay. It's filthy as well, doesn't help. Screw, I think that's all that's in this. Some metal framework, and then just plastic. We'll have that's a gold coated board down there on the underside, so we'll have a look at that, and I think there's some mylar there as well. We'll have a look, but we'll get this power board out first. Again, absolutely filthy, so we're going to have to clean that up. Now we've got a box of power boards ready to go. What I'll do is, we've got time, I've got mid-grade and power boards there. I'll wait to get boxed up. We've recently just done a load of motherboards, high grade boards and low grade boards, but if I get time, I'll do a little short video just to show you exactly what we do with the boards. All we do is bundle them up into a box, couple of pictures, eBay, weighed, sealed, label. Thank you, Ben. That's Ben's board, as you can see, it's just the same. So that's two high grade boards there. Now if I missed any screws on this one. These have been sitting for how long, Ben, waiting for us to do this?
For a few months.
A few months, exactly, taking up space in the office. That's just the electrical stuff, we don't need to care about that now. Okay. In fact, I might keep that on, because I know these still work. Okay, but I don't think anybody's going to want them for these old tech, so actually I'll just take off. Okay. Aluminium, copper underneath there. Okay. So we sell these low graded boards specifically just for copper and alloy recovery, so there's copper bits all over the place. Okay, copper in there, aluminium, copper. I'm sure people buy these just for spare parts, you know. But that's that one. Plastic, it's a plastic shell as well, there's a little fan in here, so we'll get that out. Metal bracket, unclip the fan, and pull that out. Obviously there's copper to be recovered from these fans, and we do that. We'll get into that, take the copper core out and take our time unravelling it. One of those ASMR videos, or whatever you call it, for those people that love watching stuff like that. Now, here's the issue, how do we get into this here? Some screws and washers and stuff there. But how do we get into it? Is it an outer frame or is it an inner frame? Try to take this cover off. A little cover here. A screw in there. Take that screw out. Nice and quick. and the cover comes out. Ben's beating me, folks. He's actually beating me. And we'll take these screws out. Unscrew the power cable. Power cable loose. So there's 1, 2, 3 more screws there I need to take out. Okay, in order to get this freed up, as well as those bolts. So quickly just give that a go over. 2 screws, sorry. And 1 of those aluminium bolts, 2 of those bolts I can see. So push that there, that's that cable done. Don't know how I'm going to get into that screw there. No through the way there. Pliers. Just undo that bolt quickly so I can unscrew it along that one. Get them loose, I can unscrew them by hand. One. And I could use a little ratchet on that, but I can't be bothered going to get one, so I'll just take my tiny fingers. I'm literally just taking this apart to get the small bits of aluminium, because it all goes in the aluminium bin for melting or recycling. Stuff like that we'll put in a bin, we'll go in a crucible at some point with a load more of them made into aluminium ingot. Here's how we get that screw out, see it all comes out. So tiny little bits of copper wire, but still burnt copper's burnt copper. Okay, so that'll just get done by hand, by knife, and get the copper pile for melting. And then aluminium, take a knife around that, it doesn't pull off. No, it's pulling off. Is that aluminium? Actually no, that's steel, you can tell by the weight of it. So that's just steel. So we've recovered that for a bit of nothing, but we've got clean plastic for in there. So it goes into the metal bin, and then that's just scrap, so we'll get rid of that. Now we've got the bottom bit. So again, a steel plate here, quickly take that off. Definitely steel. Plastic. Small board in there. Don't think there's much on it. No, a couple of IC chips. 1 IC chip and a bit of cable. That's it. There's nothing much in there at all. Okay. It's just a card reader. Not much of value for us in there. Low grade cabling. Burnt copper, and there's the board I was on about, so I'll need to bend those pins to get it out. I'll try and get this out of the way first. Crap. So where possible, folks, use gloves. I should really have some on, but I wanted to get this video done so I didn't bother. I'll thoroughly wash our hands afterwards. That's that one. Pull that up, take off the IDE cable. Here it goes, trying to unclip that, clips it aside, and then get that into low grade as well. They're not gold, there's metal by the look of it. You've got the LCD here, it's connected to that gold board there, and I want to get underneath there, okay, as well, so we'll get those buttons off. But this gold board here, quickly pull these pins over so we can get to that gold board. Because it's such a small gold board, we'll keep that for ourselves for an acid melting gold recovery. That should hopefully pop out there now. It's in with some plastic washers. So I have to screwdriver that out, I think. these little plastic studs. Just need a little clip off. Once the cover came off, let's give them a little dunt, and then get a screwdriver underneath them. Take the covers off, and they should just pop out. Okay, that is attached to the board. So again, pliers in there. Take that cable off. I've got this will come in handy. We actually do a lot of repairs sometimes for LCDs, and these screens can come in handy if we can get them off. But I think this one is stuck onto the board. Oh no, got lucky. So we'll definitely keep these screens, hopefully without breaking them, Ben.
The screen's alright, the board's snapped as I try to take it off.
Oh dear, dear, dear. So that'll definitely come in handy. Okay, we'll keep those like hen's teeth, try to find replacements online. And here's that little one there. There you go. Just shows you level of workmanship, guys. There's mine compared to Ben's. Look. Tut, 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 tut. Okay. But if we can just get those pins around, get the metal frame off. Mine fell on the floor. Take that metal frame off. Cover the LCD. I'm hoping you've not wrecked that LCD, Ben. Snap on the board, because there's a little bit of bleedage there. But I think it'll work. Keep it for a spare. Okay. So then again, 2 gold covered boards for an acid melt. We'll take the IC chips off, and they go into a box for burning and then melting down. Okay, so we'll do that ourselves at some future date. We do now have acid, folks. We just, again, we've not had time to do the video. So although we've got acid now, we've got some acid, we've got a supplier, we're all registered, and we're ready to do some acid melts. We just haven't had time to do it. Okay, I'm just going to prise this away for that board. There we go. And that board, it's not a Mylar it's on, it's just a skinny board. Nothing much on there at all. So, scrap board. And there's nothing on the back of the buttons apart from this metal framework. The buttons themselves, maybe since they're old, there might be some silver contacts in there. Okay, I would need to strip that down further with some small screwdrivers to find out. So I'll do that at a later date. I'll keep the buttons just now. I'll pop them all out. I'll keep the buttons for just now to see if there is any silver in there, since we're getting ready to do a silver recovery video very soon with CDs and Mylar. So, and I'll just pop them out. There you go, bit of metal. So that's all that's in that. We've got 2 really good boards, 2 very good small boards, and 2 power boards. Some scrap cable, low grade cable, and then waste plastic as well. So that is it, guys. What we'll do is we'll give this a wee clean up, and we'll see you in just a minute, and we'll get those receipt ones opened up, okay? Right, folks, that's us doing these now. So because we didn't get keys with these, I like keeping these locks, they come in handy. So I've just got a screwdriver in there and broke it open. So I'm just going to take that off of there. It's scrap, so I'm not too worried about that, taking the screws out. I'll just get the screws off in a minute. Now, I'm going to be careful with the ink in these, but here's the receipt log, so I'll give that a tear. There's not going to be a lot of wonderful stuff in this, I would imagine. Here's the receipts, so get rid of that. Simple as that. Nice little plastic bit in the middle, so straight in the bin. That goes. Plastic cogs. A spare receipt roll ready to go. So, get rid of that. Copper bearing motor. Here's the ink ribbon, the spools, the ink ribbon. So I thought what I'm going to do is just start, Ben's already started his, I'm just going to start removing some screws and take this apart. Again, there's not going to be a lot of high grade stuff in these guys, it's just an old style, very old tech receipt printer, that is it. but at least now you can see roughly what's inside it. I've got a screw bin now, there we go. Always have a screw bin. All those screws come in handy for the refurbs and repairs we do, and once they get up to a certain weight we'll just bung them in a bin, take them to the scrapyard. So while we're doing this, we've got somebody in the background doing stuff for eBay, so that's good. So it's all hands on deck today. Okay, so we've got plastic there, copper bearing motor, happy days. Small board down there that I can see, low grade cable. Again, the rest will just be waste metal I would imagine, but we'll take it out and find out. Okay, so we'll get these screws off, remove the brackets, and see exactly what we're left with. We've got a few credit card machines, right, contactless machines we need to strip down as well. We'll do them in a minute in a different video. So we'll keep our copper bearing motors. We either use them for repairs if they're right size, shape and voltage, or we'll open them up and again we'll actually take the copper out of them, recover copper ourselves from those as well. We could take them to scrapyard, but it's more beneficial to the social enterprise to recover the copper ourselves, because we do end up getting more for it in the long run. Get that out of there. Get these off of here to get this plastic out. So 3 copper bearing motors, very minimum. We'll see what condition the boards are in. I don't think it'll be high grade boards. Not for a receipt printer, but I've been surprised before. We have to flip it, and we'll take the back plate off. 1, 2. Same as the credit card machine. We'll keep the aluminium and we'll drill out these little steel nuts and washers and stuff. There we go. Waste not, want not. Copper tape. All copper, of course, is orange gold, so we'll keep that. All melts down. All mounts up. As Asda says, every little helps. Sure, Ben.
Absolutely.
So Ben's again, he's next to me here, he's working on his receipt printer. That's that. That's this underneath it. So, I was mistaken. Hidden board underneath Ben, look. That'll go,
yeah.
that's a good one. So it's tiny, but it's got a lot of chips on it. So again, I will actually put that in with the higher grade boards, the mid to high grade boards, today. So I think I'll definitely do a video on show you how much boards we've got in the different boards. Definitely show you that. So I couldn't see that from the top. Just goes to show it's best stripping the whole thing down and see what you get. Somebody else might have just opened up the top, didn't see much, and then they said, scrap it, that's it, done. But everything is worth something to us. Aluminium goes in aluminium pile, low grade cables and different grade cables go into their piles, and these boards have got piles for themselves as well. Usually piles are a bad thing. For us, they're good. I'm sure there's a better way of saying that, but it's said now, so here you go. Okay. That'd be a funny, funny title for the video. Piles. Yeah. Good piles, bad piles, all piles. There we go. So that'll go in. It's sharp as hell with that solder underneath. So that'll go with the boards. Okay. The aluminium. Again, I'll take off this, recover the cables. They'll go into the cable bins. Something else we're actually due to do today is go through the cables with pliers and put them in all different categories. So that's that. Same as before. Take all the bits off it, clean the aluminium up. Nice easy job. Here's the screws to that copper bearing motor. Tidy as we go. That through there. Now I'm just going to snip that because of course we don't care about the cables for this. Get some sharper pliers. There we go. So we'll keep that in case we need it for anything. It is working. If we end up not using it, it'll go in a copper bin. It'll go in a copper motor bin, sorry. If we end up not using it, it'll simply just get stripped and we'll take the copper reel out of it and recover the copper. You love sitting there recovering copper, don't you, Ben?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's Ben's catchphrase, guys. Absolutely. And Ben's nickname's a janitor. So from now on, you can all say, "Where's the janitor?" If you don't see him in the videos, you can ask where the janitor is. Sure, Ben?
Absolutely.
Why do we call you the janitor, Ben?
Because of the bunch of keys I carry around with
Yeah, he's like a prison guard for the old style prisons. You know, you think he works in Alcatraz or something, the amount of keys he's got on his belt. Yeah. So we call him the janitor. We're going to get some t-shirts printed. If anybody wants a t-shirt with the janitor and Ben's face on it, once they're printed, I'll put them up for merch and people can get them. Okay. So low grade cable, very low grade. Here's a printer rig. Copper bare motor, 2 copper bare motors, and that is it. A little relay there, so copper in there. You can just see the copper, hopefully, underneath there. See it? It's not really in focus, but it's right there. So I'll get the screws in there, get that copper bearing motor out. If I might have to get a smaller, definitely have to get a smaller screwdriver. Is that Phillips head? Nope. Right, we need a small Phillips head screwdriver. Would you do me a favour? Can you get a smaller Phillips head screwdriver for us? There you go. I'm being excessively polite because the camera's on, folks. Look at that, that's copper as well. A lot of people dismiss that, but that's just, was it tin colour copper? So we'll keep that as well. Okay, if we scratch that, you can just see the copper coming through. You might not see it in camera, but it is there. Not that small, stop being facetious.
Well, you said small.
Smaller than this one, the smaller size up. It's probably next to my desk. So we'll get a small size screwdriver, we'll get these out of here. That might actually be big enough for those ones. So that's big enough for those screws. I'll get them out. So that's one. We'll just snap that cable. It's silver. There's no any gold connectors there. So again, copper bare motor is quite a specific one. So we'll probably just scrap that down for copper. The one I wanted snapped. Buy a Stanley set of screwdrivers, folks, and that's what happens. You use it once and it snaps. Only used it to screw a screw into the wall and it snapped in half. Thank you Amazon for our refund. So this should work. Okay. Hopefully. I thought getting a nice set of Stanleys. No, it doesn't work. It's too small. So the one we need is actually snapped. Great fun. What we'll do is, what can we do instead? I'll come back to that. All this, I'll just go into metal waste. Okay, we'll recover that. My screwdriver is big enough for that relay, so we can take that off. So we'll take that relay off of there. So that's just all copper inside there. So we'll get the copper off that. The metal and the ribbon, that just goes into the metal bin. I'm not going to worry too much about the ribbon. We just need a smaller screwdriver to get those screws out, get that out of there. And then this copper, tin copper wire here, tin plated wire. That screw is quite rounded. So I need to get that out of there as well. There we go, push down hard, get it out. So that's copper. We just need to get that copper motor out of there. Then the rest are going to, oh, didn't notice that, look at that. Another relay at that side full of copper, so we'll keep that. In fact, I might quickly open one up just so you can quickly see the copper. I'll snap it off. I'll get the knife. Let me grab a knife. And just so you can see what I mean by the copper that's in there, give that a cut down and open it up.
And there's the lock that you can reuse.
Thank you. And there's one of the locks, see? So that'll come in handy for us. We've not got a key, but the locks and stuff can come in handy for broken locks and stuff. We do actually have quite a lot of keys. We might have one that fits. Thank you. We might have one that fits. Okay. So let's wedge it open. Take that off there. And there's the copper spool. Full of copper. Absolutely full of copper. People really underestimate how much copper is in one of these little relays. So just need to get that end bit off of there. Get one of those end bits off. Not that you need to, it just makes it unraveling the reel a lot easier. Here's the middle bit out, so I just pulled it out with the pliers. If we can just snip the ends off now, and then the copper comes off a lot easier. So I'll do that later. You can either put something through it nice and skinny and then unravel it, so either a screwdriver, thin bit of metal, and then unravel it, or just take the ends off and unravel it. But either way, you end up getting quite a lot of copper off of that little reels there. So that's what we're going to do. I'll come back to that, and then Ben, would you be kind enough to take this lock off of here for me as well? In fact, it's just a clip, is it?
Yeah.
So the clip comes off.
You pull the clip off.
Can't get the clip pulled off. I'll leave that for Ben. There you go. So as I said, I'll get that off of there. That goes to waste, and we'll recover everything else we can recover, guys. So there you have it. That's everything that's in there. Here's the other board of Ben's one. Exactly the same as my one, see? So that'll go into the pile today. Okay, catch you later, guys.